Hey y'all, welcome back to Insecurity, the official recap podcast for Insecure on HBO. I'm Crissle.
And I'm Hey Friend, hey.
And we are picking up right where we left off, bitch.
I like it. I like it.
Wow.
I like
the
it.
Bird is just flying right on out of you.
Oh, for all of you that tweeted me rolling eyes when I missed Lawrence.
I'm still rolling my eyes. Fuck that. But we get a glimpse of what he's been up to. You know,
what the hell?
Doing well at work, you know, working out, fucking a lot of girls.
Came back in with a bang.
You know, he's been very, very busy. We see that Chad's bachelor party was a little bit too lit because we also see
Chad.
that his fiance left him at the altar. Really? Who deserves it more than Chad?
So in other words, they ain't shit still.
Right.
It's all right.
And he's been fucking around so much and evidently not using protection every time because we also see that he has picked up a little visitor in the genital region. Yeah, so it's been a busy time for Lawrence, you know, finding himself after a tumultuous breakup.
Right.
But he snaps back to reality there in the store with Issa and says, you know, not much.
I ain't gonna tell you.
Regular, same old, same old. So Issa really wants to make Coachella a reality, which is so cute. She's down at Inglewood City Hall and is realizing that this is a way more complicated process than she originally anticipated.
She was cracking me up because I'm like, did you do any research on this? She was just kind of like, I'll take that form.
Right.
I'll take it too.
Like there was just a block party form.
Right.
She could just fill it out and that was it.
And just hand them all to them.
The lady's like, you need a separate form for each act. You need...
Is it profit or non-profit?
Right. And Issa is just, you know, she has not done even the most basic of research about it. She just has, you know, a big dream and she's trying to make it into a reality. And the lady ends up saying, you know what, girl, like, no shade. You probably shouldn't
between
even
us,
bother with
and I mean this in the nicest way, stop.
What?
Events like this in our community, they never work. Or they always end up being janky.
No, well, that's why I'm doing it, you know? Because we shouldn't have to leave our neighborhood to have something nice.
Esto no va a funcionar. Estás perdiendo el tiempo de todos, chica, lenta.
I don't know what she just said, but you know who does? God.
So where are you thinking sometime next year?
Actually, I was thinking like in a month or two.
That's not gonna be enough time. No, you're gonna need alcohol, food permits, then there's insurance, security, and alcohol. I say it twice, because people are gonna want to drink.
Did you catch what the lady said in Spanish? Because I didn't understand it at all.
I don't remember, but she basically was just like, girl, you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
I don't know what you just said, but you know who does? God. She is a fucking mess. So the lady's like, you know, are you thinking sometime next year? Which is reasonable, but Issa's not. She's thinking, you know, 6 to 8 weeks.
In a month.
Girl,
Let's just do this.
And even I was like, okay, sis, excuse me. What artist do you think you gonna book on like no notice? How are you gonna get everything together?
And I have an even better question. What money
Where, right. How are you funding
doing this with?
Because
I don't really understand her plan of action.
Me either, because if it's for the community's broke, so it's going to have to be free or low cost.
Right.
And then you have the issue of paying for like everything that's involved in the beginning stages of planning, reserving space, and oh my God,
audio,
right,
the technical aspects. The way the lady told her even to get a liquor permit, or rather a liquor license.
Right, you have to get all those permits, the insurance, the security. She mentions alcohol twice because people are gonna want to drink. And Issa's just like, well, damn, you know, at the end of this, she has this big old stack of forms and paperwork. She's like, can I fill it out at the counter?
No.
Next. So, you know, a little bit of the wind of reality has come into her sails. Like, this is not going to be the cakewalk she may have thought it was going to be.
Am I the only one that's like, Issa, what is this block party? Like, it just seems so... I don't know. Every time she said it out loud to someone in this episode, I cringed. I was like, oh, God.
Are you embarrassed by the idea?
Because she...
You are.
You know what it is? There's nothing wrong with block parties, obviously. And festivals,
They're
love
fun,
them.
yes.
But if you've never done it before, you're one person, you have no experience, no connections to artists, and no money, and you want to do it in a month.
Mm-hmm. Well, since when
I'm a little anxious about that.
Since when has Issa let reality and good common sense stand in her way?
And who knows? Early prediction: we might end episode 8 with this block party.
You know what? You called it.
You know,
Season 1.
remember that? I pictured them on the couch, and that's exactly what happened.
You did, so maybe
that'll be the closing scene. Will be that she made this happen.
You know what? It will be a miracle, but
yes,
we will see. So Issa's walking out the building, and Chad meets her in the lobby with a cup of coffee, and she's talking about how, oh God, Fran.
Wait, Chad.
I mean,
I'm like, hold on,
I'm getting my light skins mixed up. Nathan.
Chad and his Bluetooth.
Oh God.
Pull up at the office.
Chad showed the fuck out in this episode.
He's back, okay?
He's okay. And he has not missed a fucking beat. But anyway, Nathan is being his, regular, super supportive self.
Yay, Nathan.
It's a good idea, Ace. It's just a few forms. Okay, it's a lot of forms.
Right.
But, you can do it. Just take it one step at a time. And I'm like, this is why she continues to fall for him. Because every
just
time.
So sweet.
Yes, she has doubts and insecurities. And he's just like, you can do it. I know you can. Just keep on trucking.
Then he gives her that cute little smile. I'm so here for their dynamic.
Yeah, he's a good flirt.
For now.
He really is. And he reminds her, hey, Andrew still has Molly's jacket. Can you let her know?
Yeah, which I was like, wait, what?
First
I forgot.
She lucky. Well, I remember she couldn't find it, but I thought she just left
stole it.
Right.
Felonious crew.
Okay, Fran.
I don't know. Birds of a feather.
Fran. Okay, but see,
we'll see.
No, he was taking care of her the whole time. She was
sure.
Fran, she was fucked up. Okay, he was taking. All right,
your jacket's missing.
Missing. Like, had she been sober, she would have never lost it. That man was taking care of her all night. Fran just don't want to. You know what? We're just going to get back on topic. Anyway, she says all that shit about, I'm sure she forgot. She stay cold. She got low iron. Her mama do too. It run in the family. I was like, what? That same old awkward girl. She has not changed. But yeah, Nathan just tells her again, you got this, and gives her a little kiss on the cheek. And she's like, if you say so. They walk out the door. I'm like, look at these niggas.
They're so cute.
Falling in love. See, no, they can't be so cute when you just sat here and said he was part of a felonious crew and his friend stole Molly's jacket.
He can be both.
No, friend.
We are complex, multi-dimensional
this is
human
why I can't
beings.
stand friend. Because she will sit here and drag these. They felons. Look at them stealing
Who
jackets.
said felons don't have hearts? They need love too.
Okay.
He could be a very, very kind-hearted felon.
You just talked about how terrible he was. But
and
then
his friend.
Right. But then Issa's falling in love with him, and you're like, oh, it's so precious.
Listen, it's a show. We gotta go with all the emotions they're giving us.
You're a mess. Molly is at work, and she gets a text from Issa telling her to stop tripping about Andrew and get her ducking jacket.
I was dead at this.
Me too.
I was like, oh, wait, so she knows he has his jacket.
Right.
She just doesn't want to get it.
Right. And then the typo, when she was like, sorry, drive bin or whatever. I'm like, girl, stop driving and texting. What the hell? But Molly is, understandably very embarrassed at the way she acted.
The whole crew, really.
Right? Everybody
pissed on
except
herself.
Issa should be. Well, and Tiffany.
Yeah,
Tiffany
true.
behaved.
Molly and Kelly.
Right. There you
basically.
go. Molly and Kelly.
The terrible two.
Really did entirely too fucking much. But anyway, so she's super embarrassed about it and doesn't really want to hit him up. Then Karen walks in. She ran an errand for Molly, picking up a gift for what we will find out later is Tiffany's baby shower.
Right, her crooked baby shower that everyone kept pointing out.
God. But Karen is like,
I'd have gone myself, but I just trying to maximize my time.
No problem. I love baby showers. My boyfriend and I were talking about what our baby might look like. He's albino, so there's a wide range of outcomes.
Karen, can you move my 2 o'clock to 2:15? I want to squeeze in some time with Torian so we can get ahead on this. Ain't nobody asked you about your man.
okay, hey, salty bitch, are you mad? Like, she already did you the favor of running your personal errand.
That has nothing to do with anything on the job.
Right. assistants do that sort of thing a lot.
That's true.
As a former assistant, I can attest.
Right.
So it's not even outside the ordinary, but you certainly should be more gracious when somebody does something like that. And then for her to be like, ain't nobody asked you about your meal. Well, bitch, like, it was relevant to what we was talking about.
You know, I am trying to understand Molly's game plan in this office.
Yeah, because
you know what I mean? It's like she is just a mess with everybody.
Right.
She turned on the women.
Yep. Oh, I'm still waiting to see how that is going to go.
Yeah, we're waiting to see the pushback on that. Her and Torian.
Lord,
You already
Torian
see where
still
this
is just
going.
like Torian's still looking out for number one at all times.
And then now with her assistant, it's like she's just irritated and stank. I'm like, girl, what is the game plan you just got here?
I know you lonely because ain't nobody in the bed with you but Flavor Flav. However, I need you to fix your attitude.
Please.
Because coming into work and being like, you just got here. Again, I don't.
We'll see, though. We'll see where it goes.
How at the beginning of the season, Molly looked all put together.
I know.
And Issa looked like a mess. And now it's just kind of like slow.
What a seesaw.
Yeah, you know, when Little Miss Perfect starts to kind of fall apart. But anyway, Issa and Nathan are in the bed while she is visualizing this block party on the single of the Inglewood site on her phone.
She's
and
dead serious about
she's
this.
very excited. She's wearing her jersey. Her jersey says Colored Lemare Park LLC. I was like, yes, Colored.
Yo, you stay catching.
I loved it so much. But he's kind of like zoned out and not really paying attention to her. So then he's just like, you know, how do you know? I was just thinking, how do you know when it's real?
That caught me off guard. I was like, wait, what?
See, you think you Issa talking about? I mean, I know it's real. It's Yelp reviews, and I've been before.
I felt her though, because it was like, wait, what?
And burritos is good.
What?
Right. It was a little bit out of nowhere, but he's doing, you know, light skin gaze and soft touches and being all goofy and mushy and sweet.
I like it.
Yeah, she says that, you know, what they have feels real to her, of course.
Yeah.
And he says, I really like you, which I have to agree with Issa. It was kind of refreshing to actually hear somebody just straight up say it like that.
I really like you. And what'd she say? I didn't know we were allowed to say that. You would have thought he said, I love you.
Oh, well, we should not be saying that. Not at this juncture anyway.
But the way she responded, you would have thought that's what he said.
Right.
And then she said it back.
Right.
And they kissed.
You know, he don't like people. She don't either. People are trash.
Match made in heaven.
I'm like, I'm feeling both of you right now.
I thought of you. I was
okay,
like, oh my
say
God.
that all the time. I thought of me too. Yeah, so then they kiss and you already know it's time for some booty.
Yay.
Oh, friend. I wish y'all could see. She's like
I love it.
a living heart eye emoji over here right now. It's just so ridiculous.
I'm just so torn, you know? This is a complex situation.
Yeah, so we're in Lawrence's living room now. And
yeah.
This was hilarious.
My God.
So he's trying to psych himself up to make a phone call. And
I thought he was calling Issa.
I did too.
I was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
No, I did not.
And then
I did not get excited about it, but I did think he was calling Issa. But no.
In my private thoughts, I was very excited. On this podcast, I'll be like, no, leave her alone.
See, Fran is fake. See, Fran is fake. But no, we find out very quickly that he is calling his whole entire hotation to let them know
my God,
that he has contracted chlamydia. And if we get an idea here just how many women Lawrence has been sleeping with.
The fact that he had to call so many people.
A lot of them, he was like, yeah, Lawrence, from the yacht. Lawrence, you know?
Or the one girl that was like, we never slept together, bro.
Right. The very last girl who was like, I don't even have to worry about it because you can't even keep track of who all you been fucking.
Right.
The worst.
And hung up on his ass.
And he's looking like, damn, I can't keep track of who all I've been fucking. He really thought he had smashed whoever she was.
He went off. This is nuts.
And I've never experienced anything like this, but a lot of my friends have gone through like bad breakups. And, you know, we all have our coping mechanisms.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
And we saw Lauren, you know, coping with lots of beautiful women.
A lot of mechanisms.
A lot of outlets for his pain.
Well put.
So he has to call everybody on the list and let them know what's up. And he looks kind of like exhausted and exasperated with himself at the end.
A lot of time on the phone. I can imagine.
Oh, man. So Issa's at the part-time job at the apartment complex trying to rinse some turds off the sidewalk.
While wearing beige pants. I was like, this is a terrible combination.
She does not dress for the job because she does not know what she's doing.
And a cute head wrap. I was like, what is this?
You look Instagram ready, girl.
And she asked Mr. Robinson to clean up after his dog. He was amazing.
Yes, he was.
You know when an actor's good when they have like a 5-second scene and they have you dead. Okay?
Because the way he looked at her was like, I don't have a dog.
I don't have a dog.
And we can hear that nigga in the background.
Cueing dogs barking.
He's still looking at her.
He looked at her like,
what dog? I don't hear nothing. What? Ain't no nothing.
That shit.
And just walked right on off. Like, girl, you better get back to rinsing that shit off the sidewalk.
Terrible.
But she is interrupted by a phone call she gets from Sharon at Lyft to say that there is an investigation about an assault that happened in her vehicle. Of course, we all remember how we met, Nathan.
Which surprised me, honestly, because I was like, Fruit Frenzy over here with his tough ass. He's the one that called Lyft.
Had to have been.
That's kind of wild. You know what I mean?
Also surprised, but
his butt gonna call.
His medical bills were probably
you know what?
substantial.
He did have like a jacked up eye. You're right. I take that back. Statement retracted.
So she texts Nathan.
I'm thug shaming.
Look at, oh wow, see, and you know how you love them. You can't shame the ones you be chasing, Fran.
I take it back.
Fran has to apologize to her kings. So yeah, she texts Nathan about the whole thing and says, "Call me." And So we're just texting and not getting.
This gave me a little bit of anxiety.
Yeah,
I was like,
this is right around
Nathan.
When she had to text and say, "Call me," I just had a feeling we were not going to hear from Nathan. And that's when I was like, that damn Fran, he is a felon.
Listen, so here's my question for you.
Okay.
Because we see, and obviously I'm jumping a teeny bit ahead, but I just want to pin it right here. We see that he does not hit her back.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he was already planning on ghosting? Or was it this text that she sent him about the investigation that triggered him being like, oh, fuck, I'm not hitting her back?
Okay. So it's your fault I think he's a felon now. I just want to preface what I'm about to say.
You and the entire internet, because you were all calling him Felon Bay. I feel so bad if it's not.
See, right. It'll be all Fran's
Watch
fault.
it be some deep-ass story and I'm going to feel
all
terrible.
Fran's fault. See,
but it's funny for now.
See, but so since you have me thinking he's a felon, then I think that he really does have feelings for Issa. But when Lyft called about the investigation, he knew that he was potentially going to be in legal trouble. He's probably on probation or something.
Right. Probably got warrants.
Right. So the fact that he got into a fight and attacked somebody is going to be an issue.
Right.
So he's just like, you know what? To spare the hurt or whatever, I'm just not going to ever contact her again. And he probably thinks that Issa will find out anyway what he has been up to or whatever his secret is.
Create the space now.
Right. So he's just going to go ahead and do the distance thing now.
One of y'all in the insecurity hashtag said, y'all think y'all are funny, okay? Someone said they think he busted out of the jail during the storm.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Y'all are awful.
Come on, theory.
Fran,
listen, we might be right.
Fran is over here thriving off of negativity. That is sad.
Who knew?
So I guess Molly finally found the ovaries to text Andrew.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's meeting up with him. And I'm like, Andrew is very fine in the light.
I know. I wonder
what
the deal, but she did explain later on why.
The number of single fine men that are on this show is just... I wish real life looked like this because they are constantly being approached by fine.
Issa playing with our emotions because she knows this ain't real
at all. So he's joking with her about it. Like, I wasn't going to sell it till Tuesday, like about the jacket and everything. Right. And she's trying to like cut it real short and run off. And he keeps pulling her back in, you know.
Let me take you out.
How have you been?
Up?
You know, you ever been to this spot? And she hasn't ever been. He's like, I'm taking you. Which I appreciate the directness.
Yeah.
I appreciate it because he said, I'm taking you, but he didn't like try to pin down the time. He said, how about tomorrow? Like, it's a given we gonna go. It's just when you ready to go.
Okay. So it wasn't too forceful,
but it was making his intentions clear, which I think a lot of us are asking from these niggas.
Okay, so, you're right.
So I like it. And my feelings kicked in the background right then. I said, oh, I see what we doing. I see it.
But she declined.
I was kind of surprised at that. She's like, I got a lot going on at work, which is true.
She does.
But she'll get back to you. You do have a lot going on at work, but you're not so busy that you can't date.
But like I said, we see why later. But I was like, what is it though? She literally didn't give him a chance.
Which was ridiculous because she's dated, well, let me not say that, but I was going to say she's dated people less fine than Andrew.
Oh, all right. So in the next scene,
matters. Yes, Issa's actually at Molly's house. And Molly's telling her the story and how she's not going to go out with Andrew. And Issa doesn't really get it either.
She's like, what's up? Kelly comes in saying exactly what I said last week. Yes. Is this the Asian one or the black one? I was like, come on, scene partner.
I thought about you when I heard that. She's like, I hope it's not the black one because I've been fucking him.
The fact she didn't know his name.
She just wanted to make sure they wasn't potentially fucking
that
the same
wasn't
one.
That one. That's it. That's
so
all that
Issa's
matters.
like, is it because he's Asian? No judgment, but judgment. Which, real. And Molly says that she has dated outside her race, but she knows she wants to be with a black man. So what's the point? I've heard this from so many black girls.
But I feel like that loyalty is...
It's just not reciprocated.
And it's also like, what does it really mean at the end of the day? Like who you like, whatever form that comes in. I get it. We want to be loyal, but we just gonna be old with Flavor in the bed. I mean,
and I feel like that's also fine. But everybody, some people really want companionship, marriage, all that trash.
Right.
So, or, all that happiness.
Right. So, I love that flip. You're like, wait, all those great things.
Let me use normal people words. But I understand it because most of us date and marry people within our social circle, within our communities.
Right.
And most of us live around people of the same race as we are. So there's not even necessarily like a bunch of opportunities always to date outside your race anyway. But when you're just like, I know that I don't want to be with nobody but a black man. It's like, on one hand, I can understand that because like Molly says, I do not want to have to introduce you to the culture and explain red beans and rice. And especially if that person is white, then it's like, oh my God, I got to vet your whole family. And are any of them Trump voters? Because I'm not doing no MAGA shit. It's like there are issues.
I get it. There's layers
But there's issues with dating black men too.
Exactly.
Like try to find one that's not misogynistic, not homophobic, not transphobic, is a feminist, believes in equal pay for women.
And then she makes money. She's a lawyer. Find someone who doesn't have
somebody
class
on
issues.
Somebody who is
secure enough,
securing himself, but also doing his own shit. And
there's levels regardless.
Right. Dating is hard, period. So I'm just like, when people say they just refuse, I'm like, okay, girl, like it's your life. And I
get it though, because I for a long time was like, I kind of like what I like. But now that I'm older, I'm seeing like maybe I shouldn't be so limited in my thinking.
I'm not automatically opposed to it. It would just have to be that perfect unicorn person. But that is the case for anybody of any race or gender, really.
True.
It's just... Like, because I'm not putting up with sexism and misogyny and shit just from black people, right? I'm not putting up with that.
Yeah,
right.
No.
So it's just a lot of standards for anybody.
Yeah.
But Kelly points out, bitch, you are so single. A tumbleweed is currently rolling out of your pussy.
Kelly.
And you're, worried about it. Molly says Jewish men date Jewish women all the time. So why can't I be Orthodox black?
Touche.
Issa does point out, blackness is not a religion, but Kelly says it's hers, bitch. And Issa's like, you don't even go to church. She's like, I go on the important days, like when I come back from Miami. I was like, oh no. This is too relatable.
Oh gosh. Kelly is hilarious.
You have to go atone for your sins when you come back from Miami, okay? So shit goes down. But Molly is not going out with Andrew no matter what.
She said it.
Yep.
I love how she was like, thanks. Please respect my privacy.
You're like, yo, okay. Well, that's what you say now. And then Issa goes into her whole, don't be closed-minded. People can surprise you. My man ended up being amazing. And he surprises me every day.
They all looked like, you're what?
Your man?
You're
right.
Who? She's like, did I say that?
Oh, yeah, bitch, you did say that.
Oh, boy. So Issa is already at 100.
Yeah, she's already claiming him, even casually. Like,
right.
Even just telling Kelly, you're not fucking my man. Like, she's still like, that's her nigga, okay? But this is the first guy she's really been into since Lawrence, and not in a Daniel way, in a real way.
That kind of hurt me a little bit.
I thought about you.
I was like, oh, God, Daniel.
They're like, friend, I don't know nobody yet.
Out loud. My bad. Okay, I guess I'm happy. I don't know, he's the first guy I've been into since Lawrence, and in a real way, not a Daniel way.
Oh my God. That's huge.
Black love.
Yeah, Nathan is pretty great. And he's like super supportive of my projects too.
What projects you doing?
Should I tell y'all? Yeah, I'll tell y'all. So, I'm about to throw a block party, and I got a lot of work to do, but I already know where I want it to be, and I got a business name. Musical Inc., but musical with a Q, because we put together events quickly. Wait, what was you so confident when you said it? Y'all laughing out of support, or?
Quickly.
Okay, how much did your face? I was like, what?
I said that is the ugliest shit I have ever.
Terrible. So is that the slogan under the name? Because we do everything quickly? Like, what? Are you going to explain that every time?
I was Kelly in that whole scene. They started cracking up.
The fact they busted like,
both of them.
Even try to hide it.
You were so confident when you said that.
Then she texts Nathan like, yeah, you were right. I got to change the name.
Molly said, Kelly, you cute with a cute.
But even when she texted him about the name,
he still hasn't.
My heart's beating fast. My heart's beating fast.
Oh, the felon vibes are just building and building and building.
My God.
This is all Fran's fault.
See, the thing is, it was all jokes for me. But now that this is like really rolling in, I'm like, oh
You're
no.
fucking tea leaves.
Oh no.
I would hate to see Issa like get her hopes up about this man and then it ends up.
Because he was so sweet.
Because I don't think being a felon automatically means you can't date him. But if he...
But at least give her the option. Have a discussion with her. But ghosting her just doesn't make sense to me.
I don't think we've seen the last of Nathan, but...
Not. We'll see.
Anyway, the diaper cake Molly has been working on is crooked.
As fuck.
Right. They're talking about going early to help set up at Tiffany's baby shower. Kelly is looking through the Gladys Knight cookbook.
Looking for light-skinned cupcakes.
Again,
with a
stealing the scene
of chocolate to remind them they're still black.
Do these cupcakes say congratulations on your light-skinned baby?
Yo.
That whole part. Natasha Rothwell is so funny.
So damn funny. I need, okay, Natasha, please tweet us and tell us what's the percentage?
No, don't do this.
The lines that you write, because we know so much of this is just from our brain.
Every layer is light, but then there's little chocolate bits to remind them they still nigga.
I don't know why you and her remind me of each other so much. Like, these would be your lines.
Exactly. I see myself in a lot of this character. I really do. So Lawrence is talking to Chad about, his host shit phase and says he feels too old for all this and embarrassed and there has to be more to life than working and fucking. And Chad is like, bitch, what?
That's what happens. Chlamydia done sobered him up.
Yeah. It has, brought him back to reality.
Yep.
But Chad is trying to front like he don't miss his fiance.
Lying ass.
I got a California king bed all to myself. Okay, and you lonely as fuck in it. Curling up in that bed crying, missing that lady.
Right.
Lawrence is like, my nigga, you titty fucked 2 strippers. It's okay if you hurt.
He was like, but I apologize.
He swears. Chad is like, I'm not hurt. Everything happens for a reason. And then he started singing.
Yo, Chad is toxic masculinity
in one
human
character.
Form.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
He will not let those emotions out
is
for
a Twitter
nothing.
nigga in human form. It's
And I
so
still
bad.
love him. What the hell? He's my favorite on the show.
Oh my God. When Lawrence reached for his food and Chad was like, don't touch
Oh my God. He's like, okay, you can't get it through
Fries.
grabbing your fries, bro.
I was like, that's what you say.
And then we see Derek.
Yeah, he spotted Derek and called Derek over. And Lawrence said, hey, daddy. And he was like, I won't say it like that again.
That came out way
That
different
came
in
out
my
way
head.
wrong, right? But Derek, is feeling good. He's excited for father. He said he's going to be a dope-ass father. And I'm just so happy for him. Derek has always been like,
solid.
the one in this group that has some fucking sense.
Right.
But
it's also that we don't really see him a lot, so I don't know how much credit we can really give it.
That's true.
You know?
He seems... Well, the bar may be low
The
when
bar's
you're talking
very
about
low.
Chad and Lawrence. But Derek just seems to be the most together of the three.
Right.
Oh, man. So, of course, this triggers Chad going into his feelings, saying he was going to be a dope husband, but, she was all over the place, and that's why I had to cut her loose. And like, once again, my nigga, she broke up with you.
Okay. You titty.
It's not my
fucking-
perspective. You cheated on her. Derek asked if Lawrence would have taken Issa back, and he said, hell no, I'm not mad about anything, but
Another lie.
I could.
They're all just lying.
I
at
really
this
don't
table.
think Lawrence is still upset with Issa about that. I think
I don't
enough
think
time
he's
has passed.
upset, but him saying he would never take her back, something in me doesn't buy that.
Well, he says he can't ever see her as anything other than a cheater, and Chad is like, yeah, but then Derek is like, but my nigga, you did the exact same thing Issa did, and Chad is like, but she a hoe.
Toxic
Twitter nigga. Lawrence
he's a mess.
She's not a hoe. She just did some hoe shit. Real.
And
we
I
all have
appreciated
moments.
Lawrence for standing up
The
for her.
fact that he still did it, I'm like, you do still have a little bit of a torch for her. You ain't gonna let nobody call your girl a hoe.
I hear that.
You can't call my girl a hoe.
Even if she is, you're not allowed
Right.
to say it.
And so, of course, Chad is just like, nigga, that's why you got chlamydia. And Derek is just like, okay, you know what?
Then you hear Derek was like, check. I was like, damn, y'all.
Well, it's like, nigga, had.
STD shaming up in here.
Well, right. Like, I feel like Chad was definitely trying to just take the attention off of him.
Of course.
It was too much of being
Too
confronted
many
with his own
emotions.
reality. Right. So he's like, nigga, you fucking know too. So Molly and Issa are walking up to the baby shower, and she's talking to her about the block party. Like, what if I did a New Orleans thing? You think the city would ignore everybody drinking in the streets? Like, no, they
not
sure
how
won't.
this works, Issa.
You're going to get arrested.
Oh my God.
That's why she has a lawyer friend like Molly to keep her out of trouble. The baby shower is already set up, and it does look very Tiffany.
Yes, it does.
100%.
And okay, so
Okay.
how did Issa not know that was her sister? I was like, are they even really friends? Like
Right?
that?
See,
You
I feel
know?
like, I mean, we definitely found out, like, for certain that Kelly and Tiffany
Are closer.
the two close ones, just like Molly and Issa, but the four of them are
Are a
friends.
crew.
Right. So I feel like it was maybe slightly understandable that Issa didn't know, but then most of it is just Issa being herself and
Right.
always missing out on important details.
Because I'm like, bruh.
Right.
Like, I haven't met your siblings, but I've seen them. I've seen your nephew. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So if I came to an event of yours, I know who everyone was.
Right. So, right.
That's
or
weird
at
to
least
me.
most people, but they walk in and they're like, why don't we know any of the
Anybody.
bitches in here? But they do hear Ahmad, Issa's brother, talk about where the Henny popping in. And that's when Blair walks up and is like, are these your friends?
The way he walked away. though.
Nah. He got out there quick. Like, don't ask me about
Don't
neither one of
even.
these hoes.
Don't assign me to these.
Yes, but Blair, is very put together. She takes the diaper cake and is like, oh, I'm going to put it over there.
Far away from the rest of the stuff.
It's literally leaning. So we're going to hide it, back there where nobody can see how poor it is.
Oh, Tiffany's friend.
Oh, man. And she calls herself, the crazy crew. Tiffany calls everybody on her planning committee that. And so now Issa and Molly are getting a little bit of taste of what it feels like to be left out of something.
Left out of the group chat.
Yes, exactly. She has a whole group of friends y'all don't know nothing about. And them bitches came before y'all did to make sure that the shower was truly set up in the way Tiffany wanted it to be. So Tiffany, of course, comes floating coming in her all white with her braided crown.
I loved it.
I did too, actually. She looked really pretty. And they're trying to, see where they can help. And she's like, oh, go help Ashley with the chairs or whatever if you want to. And that's when Issa's like, bitch, who is Ashley? Like, girl,
Her
come
sister.
the fuck on.
This is her sister's house.
Oh, she should be here. No shit. You think so, girl? Like, stay with the program.
My God.
Lawrence walks in then, and we see that.
I'm kind of glad that they bumped into each other already.
Right.
Prior to this,
Me
because
too.
it would have been way more awkward to see each other for the first time since the breakup at Tiffany's baby shower.
At a place where nobody really needs to do the most. Like, we all need to act right today. But of course, Tiffany has all these different portraits of herself done, and we are looking at the one where she's recreating Beyonce's pregnancy picture, which does not... I was waiting on it.
No, but come on.
I knew she was going to do it. I knew she was.
Didn't.
She had herself painted like Serena and Cardi B, too.
And then that fourth one, that people were like, what is this one?
She's just establishing herself as a legend. Honestly, I love it.
No,
I
Crissle,
do. I really
you
do
that.
I didn't say I would do it. I didn't say I would do it, but I loved it. I loved it because it wasn't photos, right? It was painted.
Paintings of her as Beyonce. Serena and Cardi B, Lord.
So if we hang with her, we're going to have to sign a non-disclosure. I like that part. I love it. But yeah, Lawrence is greeting Derek and meets the girls, and it's a co-ed baby shower. You see all the husbands outside looking disgruntled.
Now, I was confused by that. People have baby showers that are separate?
Yeah, most baby showers are just for women. Men don't go at all.
Because in my family, I've never had a baby shower where it was the women attended.
I don't think I've ever been to one where men were Jade's. But Jade's baby shower was really just a barbecue. But it was so fun.
Drink.
Right.
Yeah, all my family's baby showers and even my closest friends have just been everyone in their life. Like, I put together my best friend's baby shower, which was stress. Oh, my God.
Oh, Lord.
Y'all don't know stress until you have to put together a baby shower by yourself.
Oh, wait.
Because all her closer friends were on the West Coast. So I had to do it myself here in New York. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo.
It's been a long time since I've planned a baby shower, but it was stress.
And I'm kind of glad knowing that she didn't let Issa do it.
Well, we found out later it would not have gone down like that anyway.
Could you imagine?
It may be more old-fashioned that men don't go to baby showers. Maybe, that things are... Or New York City, everything is done differently. So maybe y'all just been ahead of the curve and the rest of us are just catching up.
Maybe.
But the men do look like, why are we here?
They look tortured in the corner.
Lawrence, though, is a really good friend because not only did he bring a gift for the baby, he brought some OG Kush for the daddy.
Right?
And Darius was like, you are a black king.
That was the cutest response.
It was. And then when Lawrence and one of the girls, Condola, I think was her name, started talking, she was like, I worked the Diddy White Party last year and it was
not
more subtle than this.
My gosh. Tiffany.
I love Tiffany's extra ass, okay? That's when Lawrence spots Issa and he's walking right over when Dro walks up and he's like, yo, I heard you got that loud.
My goodness. So I was like, what?
I said, oh, everybody is here today, nigga. And ooh, the way this one ends. But anyway, getting ahead of myself. So Issa calls Nathan. We still haven't gotten a text back. And his voicemail, it's felon voicemail.
It's not even set up.
It's not even that the box is full, girl. It's not set up.
Listen, Crissle, I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
Damn it, friend.
But I was dead at Molly playing high school games talking about, do you want me to call it with my phone? Which I was like, and if he answers, what are you going to do?
Nothing. Be like, wrong number real quick and hang up in an accent. Duh, friend. Remember high school? I like that Issa tried to front like she didn't want Molly to do it, but she knows she did.
She's like, please.
But again, it goes to the user does not have a voicemail box set up, and yikes.
I just feel like that's just not his number anymore.
Oh, damn.
Maybe
like he abandoned that phone?
He probably just changed. That was a burner. Oh,
it
my God. It
probably was a
this
burner.
Is just getting crazy.
You can buy those anywhere.
That's a burner
right
phone.
in the convenience store.
Only thing that was saving this to me is that Molly still has talk. I can't even speak. You see, I'm getting anxious. I'm like, Molly still talks to Andrew.
Right.
And they all live together.
What? Live together?
Don't they?
Oh.
Weren't they roommates?
I think Nathan did say he was crashing with Andrew.
Right. So how could he...
I don't think we've seen the end of Nathan. Right. I don't think we've seen the end of Nathan, but things are looking very suspicious.
Oh, Nathan.
Man. So anyway, tall nigga alert when they see Lawrence and Dro. And when Issa walks up, Joe's just like, I'm going to go over
away.
There. Right. So I really loved this conversation between the two of them. I really did. Lawrence telling her, he saw Frida. She was having a moral crisis over soap, detergent, something like that.
Which is a perfect segue into Issa bringing him into an updated version of where she's at now.
She has quit We Got Y'all. She felt inspired and it was the right time. And Lawrence does not say that it was a good idea, but he does say that that's big.
He's like, good on you.
You are taking a big step. And she's telling him about the block party idea, and she's just now realizing how hard it is to work on something on her own. And he was like, oh, yeah? Is it hard?
Remember?
Yeah,
when I was
you were
trying to do my app,
shaming me?
You were shitting on my whoop whoop.
I mean, whoop whoop was trash, but still,
And this block party, is it?
Damn,
that's
Fran.
another thing. Fellas were getting at us in the insecurity hashtag. Like, so Issa's on Daniel's couch, broke, crashing. The same thing that was happening to Lawrence season 1, but they felt that we sided more with Issa.
I call Issa trifling all the time.
I'm like, we've been on her neck this whole season.
And I shamed her for being a terrible house guest, too. I don't know what y'all talking about.
I don't know. They felt that we didn't bang on her.
I call Issa trifling every single episode. Y'all don't even listen to this
projecting on us.
Oh, so anyway, there's lots of permits and paperwork involved. And Lawrence is like, it's hard to step out on your own and do your own thing, but
he offers help.
He does. And she says, if you know anybody who can help me out, hit me up.
Do.
But she asks how he is, and he is not telling her the entire truth, of course.
Like, well, I have chlamydia.
Right?
I slept with a lot of women because I was devastated after losing you because you cheated on me. I'm good.
Right. I'm just taking things easy. Work's going great. And Issa says, you got your shit together. I'm proud of you. And he's trying. And I just really like the dynamic between the two of them. Yeah.
Cool.
They're playing they saw the diaper game, that candy bar diaper game that they play at baby showers.
Yeah.
That's my least favorite baby shower game.
I've never played that. I would have been like, I'm going to opt out of this one.
It's really just different chocolate bars smashed into a diaper, and you have to figure out which one it is.
Oh,
which chocolate bar it is. Yeah, it's really gross. But Molly sees them, and she kind of gives a little smile, and then she decides,
She gets inspired. She's like,
we're all mending
fences
fences today, but Dro has a whole ass attitude. Oh, we talking now?
But okay, let me stop right here.
Okay.
That could be taken like he was being a dick, or she could have shifted the energy, maybe laughed at him and been like, all right. Because remember, they're friends first. I felt like when she like snapped at him like immediately, it just made it worse.
Well, so my thing is, I do think that Dro had an attitude with her, but I don't think he's wrong. Like, you said that you needed to establish these boundaries between the two of us, and it wasn't no talking outside of fucking.
Right.
And the last time we were in each other's presence, it was a big old huge blow up. So I don't.
Yeah, but this is extreme.
What was extreme?
That they just don't talk at all?
Oh, well, okay.
You know what I mean? Walking past each other at the baby shower, like, it's just weird.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't have to do that. Like,
right. Y'all have known each other all your lives, but he's just like, what happened to your boundaries?
I thought it was obviously he was being stank, but I feel like sometimes, when someone hits you with that, there's just sense of, like, they're hurting about what the situation is, and you could kind of shift which way this conversation is going to go.
But she wasn't
dagger
wrong.
back at you, or I could just be like, stop playing. Like, you know what I mean?
But I'm not going to, like, try to make you happy or, smooth things over with you when I wasn't wrong in the first place.
That's true.
Like, you come at me with an attitude, then I'm going to come at you with, you know what? Thank you. So I was about to try with you, but now I am reminded that this was a waste of time. He said, yep.
That part, I was like,
oh, damn.
Okay.
We are never getting back together. Okay.
Wow. I mean, I do have to remember that scene where he didn't want to give her back her key and being all manipulative. See? You know what? I take it back. Daggers.
Damn, just that fast.
I had to rewind. I'm like, what's happening? Why is it so mean right now?
Yeah, what? Nah, fuck. The way Dro reacted to that whole situation.
It's all childish.
I'm cool on it, especially considering the news his wife has. But anyway...
Goodness.
Kelly arrives with her healthy version of the Gladys Knight cupcakes, and the crazy crew is like, oh, backup cupcakes.
Let's put this on the same table with the crooked gift Molly gave.
And Kelly is immediately mad. You better midnight train these motherfuckers to the table.
Yo, she was pissed.
She was, because she considers herself...
her best friend.
Tiffany's best friend. And so, bitch, if I made cupcakes for her baby shower, they going on the table.
From scratch.
But child, that signature cake that Issa's brother pointed out.
That was
so rude.
He was like, one of these things is not like the other.
He didn't have to do that. Nobody else should even try. He didn't have to do that. That's why she said, Issa told me you can't read.
And then put a book up to her face and pretend she couldn't see it. No.
I love that the two of them hate each other. The dynamic between them is so funny.
Banter.
So Blair walks up then to tell everybody to come to the next room because they're going to be opening gifts. And Kelly is just storming off because she cannot believe that her cupcakes are being sent to the back. Like they're not as nice.
And obviously this is pent up.
Right.
Because she wasn't a part of her best friend's baby shower like she wanted to.
Right. And what followed was one of the realest scenes between the four women, like seeing the dynamic between all of them and them getting like really real about how Tiffany's been feeling and how they have all been feeling. This was great. So they followed Kelly outside, and Kelly is in her feelings talking about I'm losing my best friend to a baby. Why do that baby hate me? It does.
Her and Issa having real issues with this baby.
They are so extra.
You know.
But Tiffany comes outside to see what's going on, and Kelly's like, well, bitch, why weren't we on the planning committee? And Molly is co-signing, and Tiffany says, okay, none of you bitches even offered to throw me a shower.
Which
Blair
kind of blew me.
See, but this is what I was saying last episode. She's pregnant with her first child, and y'all are acting like it's an inconvenience.
Right. No one's catering or nurturing or trying to be like, this is something you need.
Meanwhile, Blair is like, I came early because I'm hoping my baby does too. And like hugging her and hugging her belly and like is so excited about her having her first child. And you bitches have been around just acting like, okay, you pregnant. Are you going to shut up or
and then
what?
Issa talking about, well, you know, she was living at Daniel's. Molly's talking about her job. She was transitioning, and all of them kind of making excuses for the fact that their lives were kind of a mess and they didn't have time.
But Tiffany rightly points out that shit is always going to be going on. I'm pregnant with my first child. So like, y'all, and when Issa says, you wasn't going to let us plan it anyway, of course not. But we could fake do it together.
It's the principle.
Yes.
You should have asked.
And Kelly's like, okay, true. These bitches are whack. But when I asked you, you said it was being handled. And it looks like Tiffany really did ice her out, you know?
But I'm confused at that because Kelly, from my understanding of her, would have gotten it done. Or at least contributed. She's not Issa and Molly.
Right. And so
I mean,
Tiffany,
she made her cupcakes from scratch.
Tiffany did look a little guilty when she was like, you know, I just asked Blair because she's a mom and she's helpful and all this, and she knows what she's doing. Kelly's like, so because I don't have a baby, I can't help? And Tiffany's just like,
It was like no answer.
So it's like you do have a valid point when it comes to Molly and Issa, but not so much with Kelly because she tried, and you were just like, you know, and I understand why Kelly's feelings are so hurt.
Of course.
Right. Like, bitch, I thought we was way better than this, and then come to find out you just have these friends that you thought, could do it better than me? So,
which doesn't make sense. I didn't understand that thinking.
Well, evidently Tiffany goes back inside because she and Derek are opening gifts when Issa brings Molly a drink, and she's like, does this make you want to have kids? But Molly can't even get a date.
She's like, I haven't had a date.
So, not really thinking about kids. When Issa brings up the whole Andrew situation, like, you know, you could be going on a date, but you tripping. But Molly asks about the conversation with Lawrence, and she's like, you know what? It was cool, but I really think I'm over him. I'll always love him, but it's time to move on.
I don't buy it, but I'll take it.
Wow, Fran.
I don't know.
You know, maybe when Nathan breaks her heart, she'll run into Lawrence's arms and we'll end the season with Lawrence and Issa fucking.
But you know what? I kind of love that she has all these options.
This is what makes it so messy and just real life-ish.
All we need now is Daniel to pull up.
Yeah, so Molly is saying how Nathan doesn't know how lucky he is, and that's when I remember we still don't have a text from Nathan.
How long has it been?
But Candace walks up right there.
This part was because Issa was like,
so funny.
Candace. That was fucking awesome.
When Candace said, "Did I miss anything?" He's like, ha ha ha.
She's like, bitch, ninja. Wow,
Ooh,
Candace.
yes.
I thought she was dead.
Man. So she goes to, say hi to Tiffany, and Molly is just like, you know what? Let me pull out this phone. I'm going to just go ahead and text Andrew and be like, what's up?
Which annoyed me, because I'm like, don't be texting him just because your feelings are hurt.
Well,
she always gets herself in these situations, and I was surprised she didn't take Candace aside. Shouldn't they have a convo?
For what?
I would want to know what was happening. Like, was I dating your husband with your blessing, or was I fucking around with a married man?
Well, no, I think, excuse me, I think she knows what is going on. Like, I think Candace is aware of the thing.
We don't really know
I think she does know, and I think that this baby shower was not the time or place for that conversation. Like,
you're right.
Let's do it because we know how Tiffany is. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
I still would have done it. Like, let's go to the kitchen.
Y'all see how Fran is? Do you see it? So Lawrence is on the way out, and Derek stops him. He's like, I saw you and Issa talking. And he says pretty much the same thing Issa did, It was a nice convo, but it felt different. She's different.
Yeah.
Which is true. Issa has grown up. And right then we hear Tiffany say, Daddy, Mommy needs you. And Lawrence is like,
came out way better.
Sounds a lot better when she says it. It was awkward when I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Issa and Molly are being good friends and doing the dishes after the shower when Tiffany walks in and asks about Kelly. And Issa's like, I think I saw her leaving 30 minutes ago. And then they realize that Tiffany is kind of like, so she's just gone. And they try to cover for her like, she's got to get up early for work. You know how she is about her money. She be like, bitch, where's my money?
Molly was like, is that how she sounds?
In that voice?
Issa was like, that's how she sounds to me. I don't know.
So they compliment her on her very rich, light-skinned baby shower. And Molly says she'll be a phenomenal mother. And Tiffany says, you know what, Molly, girl, why you didn't tell me that Joe and Candace are expecting a baby?
Now, Molly's reaction, because she looked butthurt.
Yes.
She was like stuck for like the rest of the episode. Ooh, good word.
Gobsmacked.
She was stuck for the rest of the episode.
She was.
And I was like, ma'am, they're married.
So Tiffany 100% did this on purpose. She was like, you didn't know? My bad. But she did tell me in my shower. So who's stealing whose thunder? She was in her feelings a little bit, I think, still at Molly and Issa for not really offering to help.
So you think she did that as a jab?
I think a little bit as a jab towards Molly.
Ugly.
And a little bit being annoyed with Candace for trying to steal her thunder at her damn shower. Like, bitch, don't tell me you pregnant at my shower. You wait, text me tomorrow.
Are we witnessing the crumbling of their friendship?
I don't think so. I think this is Tiffany just being her petty self. I actually think this is Tiffany being like, we're on our way back to normal. Like, I had to go ahead and hit you real quick with some gossip that I know you don't know. Later. I'm just going to go ahead and stab you in the heart real quick and then go on about my business. And yes, Molly is just in
she's shattered.
Oh, man. You can
even
see
breathe.
it. Right. You can see it in her. It's like she crumpled. I'm like, now look. How do you feel about this?
And he didn't tell her shit.
Right.
I mean, they're not talking.
Not that they had much of an opportunity for him to tell her, but like, if you didn't know the door was closed already, a baby coming is like...
And also, how long has she been pregnant? Because usually
she's not showing.
Yeah, and usually people don't just tell people they're pregnant.
Right.
Most women, not all the time, but most people will wait at least they're past their first trimester.
Right.
So it makes me wonder, was she pregnant when Molly and Joe were still on good terms and he just didn't tell her?
Probably so, because I'm thinking she's around 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
If she's telling people, but still not showing. So
a mess either way.
Yes.
This situation. Lord.
And Issa unfortunately cannot comfort her right then because her phone is ringing and she steps out to answer. I have my fingers crossed.
I thought it was Nathan because the way she was like, I gotta take this.
Oh no, it was the young lady with Lyft who says that we closed the investigation after we spoke to Nathan. And Issa's like, oh, you spoke to him today?
And she's like, yes, ma'am.
And I thought she would have said, okay, well, what the hell did he say? Like, but she didn't.
I was like, don't you want to know what felonious things he's done?
Right. Like, I would have been like, okay, and so what's the outcome of the investigation? But Issa's just like, oh, all right.
Then again, maybe they wouldn't have told her. No, it was her Lyft.
Well, right. And so if they close the investigation, I'm kind of like, why don't we? Maybe we'll find out.
What's the conclusion?
You know what? The conclusion is probably the reason that Nathan ain't texted her back, and that's why they wouldn't tell us.
Oh, gosh. Cliffhangers.
But yes, right then, I was just like, damn it, Fran, because the felon vibes have never been stronger. Damn it.
Oh, God, Nathan.
I'm going to be so upset if you're right about this. And that is where we end episode 6. Any other predictions for episode 7?
All right. Oh, come on, crystal ball.
Oh, let's see.
Episode 7. All right. So Molly, where did they leave off with her in the office?
Right. So Molly, I think, is finally going to have a confrontation with the two women who probably feel like she went behind their back trying to work with them and Torian.
Yes.
And I think we're going to see Molly in the season on like shaky ground with her job. So, I
mean, it's not looking good at the office. She literally has. She's playing it in a way where she's not going to have anybody on her side, which is not a good position to be in when you're brand new on an office. So I don't know. There's that part where you're hoping that she fixes it, but I don't know. So for the sake of predictions, I'm going to guess that in the next episode, she fucks it up even further.
Yes.
On her quest to outshine everyone. Remember when she's telling her therapist she just wants to feel special.
And she's like, why don't you just be helpful? But she has to be the star.
She has to be the star. And she's not going about it in a way that has anything to do with teamwork. So we already know.
Right. And they've already humbled her once. And I just feel like maybe it didn't take.
No. She needs another good humbling.
Oh, I am excited to see how her date with Andrew goes, though, because I really like him.
I'm curious.
He's sweet. And the fact that he took care of her fucked up self the very first time he met her, girl, I don't know why you tripping off of that man. Issa and Nathan, oh, Fran, this is all your fault.
I am curious with Andrew and Nathan, how is this dynamic going to work if Molly and him start dating, but Issa and Nathan are going through this ghosting situation?
See,
I'm curious.
I think Nathan maybe crashed with Andrew when he first moved. I don't know if he's still staying with him, but again, everything about Nathan is
it's mysterious.
Very question marky right now because he's not texting us back, even though he sat here and said how much he liked her. It's just like, don't sit up here and gas me up and fill my head up with how much you like me and we kicking it all the time and fucking like this, and then you just don't call me back no more. Like, don't be that nigga.
I know. But I'm curious. I'm curious how that's going to play itself out. Because, Issa's going to probably put Molly in a weird position of, like, find out for me.
Right. Oh, Lord.
Which is normal. I would do that.
Right.
I'd be like, can you ask Andrew what the fuck is up with Nathan? Is he still here? Is he ignoring me? Is he seeing someone else? Is he married?
I'm also wondering, maybe the Lyft thing will result in her account being terminated and she can't drive anymore.
Wouldn't they have told her that on the spot?
Well, no. Maybe they did tell her that, but we didn't hear that part of the conversation because they cut the episode off there.
Oh, shoot.
Who knows? I don't know. Maybe she'll have to go back to getting a full-time job and she's going to look for Beat Crew and see if she can work there. I don't know. The possibilities are really endless with this show. So we will see on the next episode. Till then, keep up with the conversation using #InsecuriTEA. Y'all are a whole ass mess in there.
I love y'all.
And I love it. Yes.
Thanks for keeping us at the top of the charts.
Yes, we appreciate y'all so much. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review on whichever platform you use to listen. And on that note, I think we're done.
Yay!
Bye, y'all. Insecurity is a Loudspeaker studio production. Our producer is Matt Raz. Our editor is Ty Worley. Join in the conversation on social media using the hashtag InsecuriTEA. And don't forget to follow at LSN Podcasts.